Very good morning, children. Children, today we'll discuss very important topic of chapter number 10, that is wave optics, and the topic is Young's double slit experiment. See, dear students, this is one of the very important and very famous experiment performed by Young's, and after this experiment it has been proved that whenever there is a two wave source interference to each other, then there will be two types of interference, that is constructive interference as well as destructive interference. So when children, as you all know that when there is a constructive superposition or when there is a constructive interference, then the spot that is called fringe that we get is bright, and in case of bright fringes the path difference must be integral multiple of lambda, that is, it is integral multiple of lambda, maybe 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda. In general form we can say that it will be n lambda. On the other hand, when there is a destructive interference, then the spot, or you may say the fringes, what we get will be dark fringes. So in case of dark fringes, what will be the condition for path difference? When there is a path difference which is equals to 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2, then in that condition we will get destructive interference, and in case of destructive interference we'll get dark fringes, and when there is a constructive interference we always get bright fringes. So let us see the mathematical proof of this Young's double slit experiment, in which we have to show that yes, when the path difference is this, then we'll get bright fringes. See, at the center there is always a bright fringe, that is called central bright point. Suppose there is a source, yes, on which a monochromatic source of light, that is a coherent source is propagating. This is slit number 1 and this is slit number 2. They are separated with small distance, small d, and suppose this is the screen which is a d unit away from this slit, and on this screen suppose there is a point P which is x unit just above the central point of this screen. You may write here screen. Then at this point what kind of interference will takes place? So there may be both the possibilities. At this point there may be constructive interference, and there may also be destructive interference. So that depends upon the path difference of the wave which is coming from this slit, like this you may draw, and from second source the wave propagating like this. This is how we can understand. Okay, so let d is the distance between two slits, that is S1 and S2. This is about small d. What is capital D? And capital D is the distance between slit and screen, between slit and screen. Let again C be the central point on screen. On C is the central point, and again let capital P be the point x unit away from this central point C, means PC is equals to x from C. Okay, got my point? Well done. See, let us see what will be the path difference of these two waves which are interfere at this location P. See, this much is the path difference. This much is the path difference. At the same time, can you tell me what will be the path difference of these two waves at point C? Do you know? At point C, what will be the path difference of the wave, both the waves which are coming from source S1 and S2? Very good. The path difference will be 0. But at this location, there will be path difference. So let us calculate how much we can calculate the path difference. Means this much distance minus this much distance will give this much. That will be the path difference. Means S2P minus S1P will give the path difference. So further write down so let P be the point which is x unit away from C. Now path difference at where? At P will be how much, children? Very good. This whole minus this, that is S2P minus S1P is the path difference at where? At point P. Now we have to calculate S2P minus S1P. For S2P minus S1P, we have to calculate S2 square, S2P square, then S1P square, then we have to subtract. Let us see how. Let us find out S2P square from C. Assume, let us consider this right triangle PS2M. Clear? So, and apply the Pythagoras theorem. Square on hypotenuse is equals to sum of square on base and perpendicular, that we have to use here. That is S2P square will be is equals to S2M square plus S2M square plus PM square. I hope you all are able to understand. Very good. So further we can write S2M. This is what? Very good. Capital D. So it will becomes capital D square plus PM square. See, PM square. Let us see this much. PC is equals to X. What about this length? CM. See, this total is D. So this will be d by 2 and this will be d by 2. So Pm will be equals to Pc plus Cm, that is x plus d by 2. So write down x plus d by 2 and this will be whole square. Got my point? Very good. So this is S2P square. Similarly, let us find out. Similarly, let us find out S1P square. S1P square, just you have to consider smaller right triangle. S1P, yes, S1PN, this right triangle you have to assume means this one. This right triangle you have to consider. Okay. So S1P square is equals to, again by using Pythagoras theorem, square on S1P is equals to sum of square on base and perpendicular, means S1n square plus Pn square. Let us write down S1n square plus Pn square. So let us substitute the value. S1P square will be is equals to S1n square, S1n, that is again equals to capital D, so square on capital D, plus Pn. See, this much is x and this much is d by 2, so this much will be, it is very clear, this whole minus this will be this, so Pn will be is equals to this x minus d by 2. So x minus d by 2, this is whole square. Now we are having a S2P square here, S1P square here. Let us subtract both. Now, S2P square minus this and this minus S1P square will be is equals to this, that is d square plus x plus d by 2 whole square, then minus S1P square, this much, so d square plus x minus d by 2 whole square, this is curly bracket. Let us simplify further. We get this d square plus, now open this by using a plus b whole square identity, it will becomes x square plus d square by 4, square of 2 is 4, plus 2 into x into d by 2, so finally we will get x into dy, because 2 here in numerator, 2 denominator will cancel out, means like this, that is 2x d by 2, these two cancel with this, finally we will get x d, that is x dot d. Now minus, let us see this, write down d square as it is, plus here again you have to open this bracket by using trigonometry, by using identity a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So let us use x square plus again d square by 4 minus 2xd, it will becomes x into d. Further open this bracket, finally we will get d square plus x square plus d square by 4 plus x dot d minus here d square, this plus becomes minus x square, this plus becomes minus d square upon 4, this minus becomes plus x d. See, this d square cancel is minus d square minus x square plus x square minus d square by 4 plus d square by 4. Finally we will get xd here plus xd. So we get, children, I hope you are all can able to understand what I intend to tell you. It's a simple mathematics, nothing to worry. You go through the points, then we'll get clearly. Okay, so finally here S2, see S2p square minus S1p square, it can be written, it is just in the form of a square minus b square. It is in the form of a square minus b square, and you know children, a square minus b square is equals to a minus b in one bracket, and in another bracket it will be a plus b. So let us use that particular formula, that is S2p square minus S1p square can be written as S2p plus S1p in one bracket, and in another bracket S2p minus S1p. This will be equivalent to S2p square minus S1p square, and here xd plus xd, it will becomes 2xd. So what is our motto? We want to calculate this path difference at this location, that is S2p minus S1p, means this we have to calculate. So keep this in LHS and transpose this to RHS. So finally we'll get S2p minus S1p is equals to 2xd upon S2p plus S1p. What is S2p minus S1p? This much, and this is what? This is path difference, that what we want to calculate. So further we can write so here write down, that is path difference will be S2p minus S1p, and this will be is equals to, path difference is equals to 2xd upon S2p plus S1p. Got my point? Very good. But see here, this distance, this point P is very close to the center of this screen. See, for the sake of simplicity, we have taken this point away from this center point, but in practically this point is very close to C. So if a point P is very close to C, then children, S1p and S2p, they both can be considered as equal. So let us say this is a very small assumption. So write down, in practice P is very close to to C. Hence we can assume S2p is approximately is equals to S1p, these two, and when this point is very close to C, then what will happens? This S2p approx equals to S1p approximately is equals to this distance C. If this point is very close to C, so this point S1p and S2p will be nearly equals to the distance between slit and screen, that is capital D. So let us substitute this concept here in this. So path difference will be, that is path difference is equals to 2xd upon S2p, that is D, S plus S1p, that is D. So finally we will get 2x small d upon 2 capital D. These two cancel with these two. So finally we will get path difference will be is equals to x small d upon capital D. This is very versatile expression of Young's double slit experiment, that path difference at this point is equivalent to x small d upon capital D. Okay. That you are supposed to remember. Path difference will be x small d upon capital D. So next C, we want to calculate the nature of fringes. So if as children, as you all know that if path difference at P is integral multiple of n lambda, then the fringes will be bright, and if the path difference at this is integral multiple of 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2, then there will be destructive interference, and in case of destructive interference we will get dark fringes. So this we will discuss in next class. So thank you very much and God bless you.